Hello, we are going to set up your online school using the Thinkific LMS platform. Now, we've chosen this platform because we've got to choose one, right? There are so many different programs out there, there's so many different platforms that you can choose out there. And honestly, we just have to select one of them. They're all very similar today. They all have very, very similar features and functions. This is about getting a job done. This is one of the best ones out there. It's the one that I currently use for all of my programs, and I highly recommend it. So, of course, go ahead and use any other platforms that you prefer, but we are going to only use demonstrations in this program with this platform. It would be impossible for me to create 10 or 15 different versions of this program and stay on top of all of the constant updates of all of the programs out there. So this is about trying our best to keep things as simple, straightforward, and everyone on the same task as possible. So what we're going to do now is just go in and do our basic setup. So make sure you've used the link that I've provided to you, because that will give you 3 months for free on the Thinkific platform. So that will enable you to have some time to get your course together and set up before you actually have to start paying to use the Thinkific platform. Now, depending on how many students you have, Thinkific will cost you anything from $47 a month upwards. Your plan is directly between you and Thinkific. Myself, my company have nothing to do with that arrangement. It is for you to decide whether you want to continue that membership after this program is over. Any conversations or communications you have regarding your Thinkific platform will be between you and Thinkific directly. So just that little disclaimer there at the beginning. So let's just have a quick overview of what your online school will look like. So when you log in, you will basically need to create your site URL, which will be something.thinkific.com. That doesn't matter too much because you are going to add a courses tab to your online school that redirects people to this platform. So you won't actually be giving out the, Jane's website or janeschool.thinkific.com. You won't be giving out that URL as such. You'll be giving out Cordiner.com/courses, for instance, that will redirect people to the Thinkific site. You will also then set up your site name. So, for instance, I call mine Edupreneur or Sarah Cordiner. In fact, I can't remember which one it is. I think I've changed it a couple of times. That's just what it comes up as on Google. You can change that at any time. So please don't panic that anything you're doing here is like what you're signing in blood. Also, please don't think that you're going to break anything with this. People are so scared of touching tech in case they break stuff that it's anything you do can be undone. It's really as simple as that. So again, don't have fear about touching any of these things. Now, as well, what I'm going to do now is give you an overview of the back end of Thinkific, and I'm going to show you how to set up the things you need to set up to get the basics together. Now, there are endless advanced features that you can apply to this. You can go as far as you like. The sky's the limit in terms of the complexity and the fancy stuff that you can do on here. We are not going to do that. Our task on this program is to simply do the minimum required must-haves in order for your site to be live, your course to be published, and for you to start selling it today. So we're not doing a rubbish version. We're just doing what has to be done for this to function, to get students into your system and into your course, and if you're charging for it, paying for it. So we're not going to worry about all the fancy advanced stuff. Please only worry about the things that I'm going to take you through today. Now, if this is completely overwhelming for you, don't forget you can buy some one-on-one time with me if you want me to set it up with you and to go through it with you and make sure it's all done properly. So in the workbook, there is a link to my calendar where you can book. It is a paid session where you can book a one-on-one with me to get that done. Unless you're on the Plus package, if you are on the Plus package of my program, you get a one-on-one session for free, a single free session. And you can use that session for this if you want to, okay? So I'm just putting that out there. And of course, you can buy extra sessions too if you want additional sessions. So let's go through here. Now, in your back end of your Thinkific school, you have sort of 4 major sections here. You have manage learning content, you have design your site, you have market and sell, and support your students. Within each of those are lots of subsections. So manage learning content is the bit that you would click on basically for anything to do with creating the course itself, the actual course content that your students will be consuming, all pretty much fit under this section here. Design your site, as you can imagine. Now, when we use the word site, we mean your Thinkific site. This is just, you're very rarely going to touch this after we're set up, but this is basically about your overall color scheme that's used across your site, and what it looks like or how it's presented. So we'll go through that in a second. Market and sell is pretty straightforward. It's all about connecting your marketing tools. So inside integrations, which we're going to go into, this is where your payment gateway gets connected. It's where your email marketing gets connected. It's where you can make coupons, and it's where you can set up your affiliates and things like that. And then in your support your students section, this is basically where all your students live. So you have a list of all of your different users. So those are every single student that's enrolled in your school. And you have like your discussion areas, your reviews, you have notifications that you can send out to students when they enroll in the school and things like that. So we're going to go through the absolute basics of these. We're not going to go through everything because some of it is strictly advanced stuff only, that's only going to be required for advanced setup. We're going to go through what you need to do today. So when you first log into your site, you're going to have a basic kind of major site settings to set up. So inside the design your site section, you're going to have a few things to choose. And the first one there is branding. So I think this is a good place to start. And this is where you have your logo, your banner, your site styles and colors, and what's called a favicon. So let's look at those right away. So first of all, you're going to want to upload a logo. So this is really straightforward. You simply press upload and choose your logo. I haven't got one here ready, but you would select your logo and then press upload, and voila, your logo is ready. Simple as that. The next thing you want is your landing page banner. So that has a specific size that it needs to be. Now, what is your landing page banner? Let me show you what mine looks like, or where, well, I don't actually have one, and there's a reason why. I'm going to show you my online school and just show you where the site banner is. So your site will have what's called your home page. And this is when you have multiple courses where all of your courses will live. So people come here, they can see all of your different programs that you've got. Now this blank box here is the site banner. It's the banner that is on top of your overall page. Now I've taken mine off right now because I wanted to give you this example of how to do it. So you simply make sure, first of all, that you've got a site banner that's the right size. Now, if you haven't done this yet, I'm going to show you how to make it yourself. Now, I like to use canva.com. You do not need the paid version. It can be completely for free. Now, remember, it said here it needs to be 1440 by 400. So when you go into Canva, go to create a design and custom dimensions and simply put in 1440 by 400, create design, and voila, what it will do now is give you the template of exactly what needs to go in here. So I'm just going to make a random one for now. You can go to photos and you can find photos that you want, or you can go to, I use Canva a lot, so I've got a few in here that I could probably pick from. You can see here, like I've been creating all of my workbooks and blog posts and everything in here. Let me just pick some random image. I'm just going to pick this random one for now, just for the sake of showing you how to set this up. So basically you need to make sure there's no white space whatsoever. You need to fill that whole entire box template that's set up for you. So I'm just going to do that. So let's pretend I'm happy with that. I am. One of the things you'll learn about me is I'm like, done's better than none. Just do something. You can change it later, all right? So what you simply do is you press publish or download and press download and make sure it's set to PNG. PNG just means it's a higher quality image rather than a JPEG. PNG. I can't help if I can speak today. All right, so we press download and that beautiful bad boy will download. Now, how long did that take me? Seconds. That's all I want it to take you, okay? Please, please, please do not overthink this stuff. That is now not going to live there forever and ever and ever. It will just be there for as long as I change it until, all right? So this stuff can all be changed at any time in your life. Don't panic, don't worry. People are coming to learn about your stuff, not go, oh, why did she use that picture instead of that picture? So let me just grab that picture. So I've got it, I've pressed upload. And voila, that's now going to upload for you. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like in just a second. My internet's not amazing. So while that's uploading, I'm just going to move down a little bit. Now your site styles, this is all about your branding, and you want your Thinkific school to you do want it to match the same branding as your particular personal brand or your company brand. You want the colours to kind of feel seamless and the same. So what do? You simply drop down. If you know your hex codes, which look like this, then you simply type the hex code in there, or of course you can just use this thing to find a colour that sort of matches it. Now if you want to know what your hex codes are, you go and speak to your web guy, I seriously have baby brain. Go and talk to your graphic designer or whoever it was that created your logo for you. All right, so simply choose your branding colors here, and your button colors. Let me show you what those are. So I've kind of got my main branding color here. My button colors are the view or buy buttons, basically. So that, again, they're all my branding colors, and simple as, I'm gonna get rid of this, popping them all in here. Now, favicon, what is that? Let me move the screen up for you so you can see. Now, you can see up here, I've got a bunch of tabs open. You've got my Gmail, I've got Thinkific, that's my Play account, Google, blah, blah, blah. Right, so I've got all these things, all these tabs open, and each single one of these tabs has a little logo basically on it. Those logos are called favicons, okay? So this is, what do you want your little tab logo to be? So simply, again, choose an image. Let me say I might just make it a picture of my own head. Let me pick something for you. All right, so I'm just going to make my favicon a picture of me. So you just literally upload a picture the same way you would upload an attachment to an email. So there's my little landing page banner. That's done. My favicon, there's my favicon. There she is. Hello, Sarah. And that's it. I can't see a save button, so I'm assuming that's done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop over to my Thinkific page. I'm just going to give it a refresh. And voila, you can now see that that banner image, that site banner image has now updated. So that's how easy that is. That's what that does. Let me see what else we got here. Done. And my favicon, let's see. And now, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to scroll up. You can see that the favicon is a little tiny picture of me. Yay! So that was how easy that is. All done. Okay, so after you've done that, let's look at some other things we're going to do. The next thing I want you to do is your theme, is to pick your theme for your account. Now, you might have been asked to do this when you signed up. You may not have done this yet. So your theme is basically a template for what your overall online school looks like. Now, my advice for this is try not to change this around too much, because you don't want it to kind of cause you any work. So whatever you pick, I would just advise, look, you don't have to stick with it forever, but just pick something and stick with it. Just because, look, it's not the end of the world kind of stuff. You just need to pick a theme. So you might have a slightly different layout to me because your account's brand new. But you should have my themes, and it will tell you what your theme is currently set at, which will be some kind of default one. Or you can explore themes. So basically inside each of these, you'll see there's 3 different styles in there, 3 different styles in there, and 4 different styles in there. Simply go in, have a look, and see if there's one that you like. And it's not about the colors, because remember, you can change the colors. It's about the visual layout. So you'll see here, that might be, Dave's online school. This is just the layout that will be presented when you use this theme. So have a look at them all. You can cross and come out of it. You can go and look at this one, have a little look, have a little scroll through, blah, blah, blah. Do you like that one? Do you like that one? Do you like that one? Now, when you find one you like, then you press install. So Vision is the name of this theme. You press install and give it a moment, let it upload, and it will just change your site layout to look like that particular theme. So this is why I say try not to change it around too much. Like once it's done, just keep it at what it is, because you don't want it to change any of your landing page content around too much. So pick one and stick with it. Then what are we going to do then? I'm not going to make you worry about anything other than your branding and your theme. They're the 2 things you have to set up to be working. The next bit we're going to do is move to your integrations, because that's the next most important part. So in here, we have got ignore your coupons and your sales widgets and your orders and things for now. That's something that we worry about once your course is created. But for now, we need to get set up. So I want you to click on integrations. And basically here, these are all the different tools and pieces of software that you can directly connect with your Thinkific online school. So you'll see there's heaps of different tools that you can connect. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this step by step. Now, I've asked you to already set up your Stripe account. So for this to work, you may need to just go open a new tab and log into your Stripe account so that you're logged in. Then when you're logged in, you are simply going to connect your account. So it's going to ask you for your Stripe integration API. All right, let me go and show you how to get that. All right, so log into your Stripe account. Now, obviously, I've blocked out mine because I've got confidential information in here. But over here on the left-hand side, you've got a main menu, and you're going to click on Developers. So here you are, a little developer, and you're going to click on API key. Now, just for those of you who want to know what an API key is, an API key is basically like a bridge between two different pieces of software. So if you take your API key from Stripe and you paste your API key into Thinkific, it creates a bridge between the two pieces of software, which means they can talk to each other, they can communicate with one another, and they are directly integrated. So that's all an API is, all right? It's just a piece of code. It's a bit like a plug and a wire that connects the two up. So you will have, I'm not going to show you mine because, by the way, your API keys are sensitive. It's a bit like a password. And you don't want people to have this, so don't go throwing this around anywhere from your own account. So all you need to do is you will have this button here that says Reveal Live Key Token, and you will be asked basically by Thinkific to paste in your publishable key and your secret key. Now, literally all you do is copy that, go back into your Thinkific, and your box will say here, what's your publishable key? Paste. Or what is your secret key? My mouse isn't working now. What is your secret key? Open it up, copy it, go over here into Stripe and press paste. Then press save, and then you will have what mine looks like here, which says connected. Okay. Now this is where you choose what currency you are charging in for your online school. What currency are you going to charge? Now, you can only charge in one currency across your whole site. You can't have AUD for Australia and USD for US people and GBP for Great British people. Unfortunately, there is only one price that you can set, and absolutely everybody pays that price. Okay, so only you can decide what you're charging. Is there a rule? No. What do I suggest? I don't. You and you alone are going to decide what you're charging and what currency you're charging in. Now, I personally have mine set to US dollars because I have a global student base. So I've looked at my data and I have students in 146 countries, and US dollars is the most universal. So I've just picked that because everybody knows the US dollar conversion rate, and that's it. That's why I've chosen US dollars, just because more people get it. Now, if you have the majority of your students in Australia, pick Australian dollars. If you have the majority of your students in the UK, pick GBP. It's as simple as that. Wherever your majority are, that's what I recommend you go with. Okay. Unfortunately, you cannot create different pricings. So just decide what you want, and that's what your students will be charged in across the whole platform. Now, with your PayPal account, now I recommend that you do have both Stripe and PayPal, and that's because some countries Stripe doesn't work. PayPal, some people don't have PayPal. So I always just say the more options you give people to pay you, the more chance you have got of getting their money. So I'd highly recommend you all set up a business PayPal account. I'm not going to lie, setting up a PayPal account was probably the biggest pain in the butt of my whole entire process of going online. because PayPal sucks and I don't like it, but we have to have it. So look, grit your teeth and have a glass of wine before you go and do your PayPal business setup if you haven't done it already. So all you need is your email address that is connected to your PayPal account. So please feel free to send money there. And you will have a merchant ID. Now I will give you the link. In fact, here you go. It says here, learn how to enable, oh no, it's not payment notifications. Can't find it now. Oh, there we go. Learn more. It was right in front of my eyes. Because this updates all the time, I'm not going to do a video on how to get your merchant ID and your PayPal PIN IPN URL, because by next week PayPal may have updated it. So the best thing you can do is click on this link saying learn more, and it will take you to PayPal's instructions of how to find your PayPal merchant ID and how to find your PayPal IPN URL, okay? You do have to have a business account to have that. So if you don't have a business account yet, then just leave that for now and just connect your Stripe, all right? Stick with me. Next, if you've got a Shopify account, you can connect them. Look, these are all advanced things to do later on. We're not going to go through those because it's not required. It's just fancy stuff you can do later. Now, if you have a Google account, I highly recommend you get a Google Analytics ID so that you can connect your Google Analytics to your site. Now, Google Analytics is basically a tool that tells you how many people are visiting your website or your Thinkific site, where they're coming from, what their age is, what their interests are, how they came across your site in the first place. Now, I'll open up my Google Analytics for you now, and it's free, by the way. This isn't a paid service, just so I can show you what this does. Now, every single person who has an analytics account will have some kind of Google Analytics key, which will look like this. Just while that's loading, it's just coming together now. This is really, really useful information. So you can have as many websites as you want. I've got a handful of sites down here. I've got my Thinkific school here as well. But let me just show you what it can do for you. So it will tell you how many people are on your site right now. So right now, at the time recording this, 2 people are actually on my website. I don't know what month, what I've got it set to right now, if it's the last 30 days or something. So I've had 1,500 people sessions, 1,300 people on my site. That compares to last month, for instance. I think that might just be the last week, actually. It's a week. So yeah, it just it tells you where do they come from. So, I've got this many people come from organic search. Well, that's good. This many people come from social media. Whoa, what's this one? Some kind of other referral. So it tells you where they're coming from, what time of day they're on my site, which countries they're visiting my site from. So it can provide really useful information. What pages have been the most popular on my particular website this past week? How many people have looked at that? And it gives us really good, how many people are looking at my site from a mobile device or a desktop. It can also show you things like where they're coming from, so you get much more detail in here. So if I wanted to have a look at, what words are they using in the organic search? So organic search means Google, basically. So it will tell me what words are they typing into Google. It tells me things like their demographics. So how old are they? What gender are they? What are they interested in? What technology are they using? Things like that. Acquisition is where have they come from? And their behavior is what sites do they go on, which pages do they look at, and stuff like that. So this is really, really useful information. So you do want Google Analytics to connect with your online school. So to get that, all you simply do is click on your website, open. Then go down to admin. Just give it a second to load. Oh, that didn't click. Loading now. And it will be somewhere here. tracking info. Here we go. So you've gone to admin, click on tracking info and your user tracking code. Tracking code. It takes forever. All right. So here is your tracking ID. So it should look something like that. So all you simply want to do is copy that tracking ID and then go back to your school and you simply paste that in there and press save, and voila. Now next is your Facebook pixel. So this is not essential, but just something that you might like to do. I'm not going to show you my whole code because again, this is something that you just kind of want to keep to yourself. So Facebook tracking pixel, it will look something like this. It's basically a whole load of gobbledygook and it's there to collect the data of the people who visit your school. So if any of you, for instance, have ever gone onto Google and typed in holidays to Bali and then gone onto Facebook and all of a sudden you see loads of adverts promoting holidays to Bali, this is because the website you visited had what's called Facebook tracking pixels on it. And all it does then is it collects your IP address from your phone or your laptop or your desktop, whatever you're using, and it can then target adverts directly to you based on what websites you went on. So this is how marketers follow you around and share with you stuff that's relevant and of interest to you based on the sites that you're going to. This is how marketers know that we're pregnant before we've even announced it to anyone. Because if we typed in pregnancy test or morning sickness or something on the internet, those tracking pixels know that, they collect your data, and that's when you then start getting sent adverts for, how to announce your pregnancy and, buy this newborn baby kit stuff. This is how this all works. So this Facebook tracking pixel is useful if you're going to be doing paid advertising because it will snap and collect the data of anybody who visits your online school. And if they visited your online school, they obviously are interested in your topic, but perhaps they didn't buy. So you're going to want to target and send adverts directly to them. So you could literally film a video going, hello, I know that you've recently visited my Edupreneur Online Academy, but you didn't quite get in there and have a try of anything. So you may like to have a go at my free online course. Click on the link below and I'll see you in there. So that could then be a Facebook advert that is only sent to people who went to my online school. So that's how you do this super targeted advertising. So all you got to do to get this is you do need to have a business Facebook page. All right, you have to have a business Facebook page, and then you're going to have to go into your Facebook ads manager. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to assume that you have set up a business page. So you don't have to have a separate Facebook account, by the way. You simply have your own personal Facebook account and you go to create a business page or create a page. And your business page will be then what you log in to the business Facebook manager site. So let's say you set up a business page under your own personal account. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go to business.facebook.com. business.facebook.com. Now, first time you do this, you will be asked to connect your Facebook account. So log into Facebook with your personal login details, and it will ask you what business account you want to associate with this business.facebook.com. So if you've created a business page, you'll see I've got my Sarah Cordiner business page here. Just press connect and it will set itself up and connect you. Then you want to go to data sources over here and pixels. So click on data sources, then pixels. Now you may not have one yet. It may be that you have never set a pixel up before. So you may need to click on add assets. All right. You will then be given the opportunity to create a pixel, and you will simply then copy and paste to clipboard and paste in here and press save. So now don't panic too much if that all just sounds way too complicated for you. Don't worry about it right now, because look, you're not going to need to do Facebook advertising until you got a course. So I'd much rather you worried about getting your course created. This really is a very advanced, it's nice to have feature and function. So please, if this is just too much for you right now, just don't worry about it, okay? I just like to give people the chance to have that set up, just because it's cool, right? It's not required though for your online course to be running, so we can completely skip past this if you're not there yet. Right, the next thing we're going to do is connect your email marketing. So this is where you have the opportunity, if you've got MailChimp, Constant Contact, ConvertKit, Aweber, or ActiveCampaign, you can directly connect the two together. Now again, it's going to ask you for your API key and API URL so that you can build that bridge between the two platforms. So I'm going to demo this in ActiveCampaign. It's exactly the same in all of the other platforms. So log into your ActiveCampaign account or your email marketing account, and on the left hand side, right down at the bottom, you should have the option called Settings. So you're going to click on your Settings button and it will open up a new page for you. And in that new page will be a secondary menu here on the left hand side. Now you are going to click on, where is it gone? Developer. So click on Developer. And you will then have Developer Settings API Access. You have got your URL and you've got your key. So simply copy your URL, and put it in the URL box. Don't get these the wrong way around, because they're the opposite way around. Remember your key and your URL. And so paste the URL in there, go back, grab your key, copy it, go back over here and put your API key in there, press paste and save. That's it. Voila. That is how you connect your email marketing software. How cool and easy is that, isn't it? It's lovely. Love it. Super fun. Now there's some other advanced features in here that you do not need to get set up yet, but I'll just briefly touch on some of them. Accredible is a separate tool that connects with Thinkific so that you can automatically deliver certificates to your students when they complete the course. So it will automatically deliver them. It will automatically put their name in it and say, "Dear Sarah, congratulations on completing the ABC course," and we'll send it through. So you will need to create an account with Accredible. It is free. And it will give you your special username and password, and you simply paste your username and password that Accredible gives you, and boom, they're connected. But don't worry about that right now, please, because there's other things to do. That's something you can do later on. Now you can create discussion boards inside your account. So the Discuss platform does that for you. So simply press connect. I've connected mine, but yours will say connect an account, log in with your Discuss account, and it should automatically connect the two together. Another thing I'm not going to get you to worry about doing right now, but is something that you can do later, is a tool called Sumo. And this is basically what adds that social share buttons to your website. So it's completely free. It's a totally free tool, and basically when you create an account with Sumo, it will give you a special bit of code that you can just copy and paste and stick into your Thinkific school. But look, that's just fancy fluff, cherries and sprinkles that you can do later on, and it's not needed. So that the only thing you have to do right now is connect one of your payment gateways, Stripe or PayPal or both, and your email automation software. So that is your ActiveCampaign or whichever one you're using. Those are the only two things I want you to actually worry about doing: Stripe and your and PayPal and your email marketing software. Oh my goodness, my brain is all over the place today. That's it. If you get any of those other things done, brilliant. I mean, that's just super duper advanced stuff, and you get a gold star. All right, so that's the market and sales section. That's the only thing I want you to worry about right now. Later on down the line, when your course is created, you can start looking at all these other things, like creating coupons, setting up affiliates so that people can go out and make money from selling your courses for you, and so on. Now, the other thing you're going to do today is you're going to just set up your student notifications for when they sign up to your site. So let's go into support your students and notifications. So let's pop in here. And this is where you get to choose whether you send sort of automated emails to your students when they sign up to your online school. Now you can create, special emails when they start the course, complete the course, and all that kind of stuff. I would recommend you do that from inside your email marketing software, because that's why we've connected them together. And the reason why is these LMS platforms can be a little bit unreliable when it comes to sending your students emails. So I always prefer that the emails go through my email marketing software. That way I can track them. I can be sure that they were sent, because the system in here doesn't keep records of when they send the email. So if you get a student going, I never got my login details or whatever, it's impossible for you to go back and say, well, actually on the 21st of November 2016 you did. So the only thing I have set up here is my where is it, my site welcome email. Where is it? Student notifications. So I send them a welcome email when they set up an account with my site. So you guys will all know that when you set up an account to register on my course creation group coaching program, it sent you an email saying, here's your login URL. So this is where you do that. That's the one I have on, the send students a site welcome email. So click on edit or set up. Now first you'll just want to toggle it on. What do you want the email subject to be? Up to you, whatever you want to call it. And this is what it looks like. So welcome user first name. It's great to have you here. I give them the URL. Visit this link to view all of the courses available to you. To sign in, you'll need your email and password that you created to join this course. The Thinkific doesn't save people's passwords. So that's why I have to remind people that they know what their password is, not me. And then just using this little code here, sign in URL and email user.email, that will automatically fill that for them. So just use the template that's been provided here. Like you'll see here, variables. Thinkific will provide that for you down below. So if you want to put in any of these details, so it autofills it for you. So basically that means that it will say to them, sign in URL. If you put sign in URL, it will give them that. And your email is the user's email. It will automatically fill that for them when this is sent. So I always remind them, you created this self, don't forget to reset it. I give them a little nudge to join my Facebook group, and I tell them up front there and then how to unsubscribe from my academy. So I always just say to cancel your subscription, you can do this from your own learner dashboard. Simply log in, click on your account, and you'll find the unsubscribe option from there. You just want to reduce the amount of student support that you have to provide. So there you go. There's my template. Feel free to use this. And what I will do is copy and paste this for you into your learner workbook for module 3 so that you can copy and paste this and just edit it for yourself. But simply press save and that will send to your students. So I'm just going to press back because I don't want to edit any of mine. All right. Next thing is, do you want the students to receive weekly reminder emails or not? That's for you to decide. I found that with weekly emails, my students were unsubscribing a bit, like it was just too much. So I turned it off, and instead I set up my own sort of 2 or 3 reminders and then left it at that. But it's completely up to you. Do you want them to receive an email when someone replies to their discussions and things like that? Look, these are all personal preferences and there is no guidance to give you on this. It's all just how many email notifications do you want to receive or send to your particular students. Do you want to send a completion email to your students? Yes or no? Turn it on if you do, turn it off if you don't. Look, that's all I can say, but this is where you do it. I have a lot of courses so I don't have completion emails, but I have set course welcome emails for a number of my courses. So you just turn it on to turn it on, and that's as simple as that. So look, I've got all of mine set to on there. If you've got bundles, we won't worry about that because bundles are when you've got multiple courses being sold. So look, that's this whole notify you. I like having notifications when people sign up to my school. It's pretty exciting to wake up in the morning and you've got this person signed up to your school, this person signed up to your school. I don't know, I get a bit of a kick out of it. So I like to turn all of my notifications on just for that little ego boost. When I wake up in the morning, having a look through if any students have signed up, it's always good fun. So there you go. That's the other thing, the only thing we're going to worry about here. Now to get your email marketing software set up, which is going to be one of the next things we're going to do in the next video, you do need to actually have a student in your school because it needs to have some dummy data. So you're going to add yourself as a student. So simply press new user and just add yourself in as a dummy student. So just put your first name and last name, put your personal email address in here. And then just press save. And you might want to enroll yourself in a course. Oh, you haven't got a course set up yet, don't worry. But just set yourself up as a student and press save just so that you have a student in there. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to create a course. Here we go. That's what we're going to do. Now, this here is where you will find basically anything to do with courses. When you have finished filming your videos, you're going to go to this video library, and that's where you'll upload all of your videos, but we'll come to that later on. But first of all, click on courses, and you're going to add a new course. I want you to click blank. There's all these other options here, but frankly, I just think they overcomplicate stuff. So just go with choose a blank course, okay? Now name your course. Now just give it your draft rough working title for now. This isn't final. So let's call this the dummy course. Okay, create a course. And you can change it later on, so please don't panic, okay? Now, in this area, this is where you're going to actually design all of your content for your program. And you'll see here, you've got curriculum. That's where we're going to literally add your course outline from your course plan. You've got the option to add all of your videos and content in this bulk importer section here. However, I prefer that we just do that from the video library. Settings is basically all of the technical side of your course. This is where you're going to choose your course name, your title and subtitle, how to be a dummy. Do you want to have a certain URL? So it'll be thinkific.com/dummy-course. What do you want it to be? You can choose. Now, again, remember this is not overly important because it's not this URL you'll be giving out. You'll be creating a redirect on your website if you have one. So don't, again, worry too much about this. Now, at the moment, you won't have an instructor to choose because we haven't set one up, but this is where it will show up. And you can put in things like how long roughly will it take to complete this course? Let's put 1 hour. Is it private or hidden? No, you want your course to be public, so don't tick any of those. So once you've filled that in, done what you want, then move on to your course card. Now this is great, it doesn't let you move on if you haven't saved, which is good. So you can't break anything. It's all nice and easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, course card image. Now let me show you what this is. These here are my course cards. They are the little thumbnail that goes on top of the actual online course itself. It's the image that will show if you share this on social media. So the important thing about this is it has to be a certain size, 500 by 280. So pop into your Canva and simply go 500 by 280 and press create design. And here you go. Again, I don't want you to be overthinking all this stuff. I just want you to create something. So go on photos. I'm just going to put this old woman in for now, just because why not? So just find a picture, stick it in, press download as a PNG, download, done. We are not going to overthink that business. And then we are going to go back here and press upload. And I'm going to drag and drop and press upload. Simple as that. Okay, nice and easy. When my amazing internet to connect with it. Now, course description. This bit here, it's for the card only. You cannot put your full course description in here. So let me show you, for instance, that's my course title, that's my description. Get your full immediate access to over 40 courses now. How to create profitable online courses is my title. My subtitle is plan your course, build it, create your school, sell it. All right, so it's literally a line. That's the only thing you can put in this bit here. How to be a dummy in 21 days. Ha. All right, save. Then course player theme. So dark or light. So it's just, do you want a black background or a white background? Decide what you prefer. Look, I think from a learning experience, the light theme is better. People tend to respond better to lighter backgrounds than they do to darker backgrounds. Don't ask me why or how, but I would stick with light theme personally. Course completion. Do you want to issue a certificate? Yes or no? Now, if you have set up a credible account, you will have the option here to choose what certificate you want to add. And don't worry about admins and SEO for now. Now let's look at your landing page. So this here is the page on which students are going to pay money to sign up to it. So we're going to have the banner, the course banner image, which will go up here. Then there's your instructor. Then there'll be the course curriculum, and of course there will be somewhere a space in between here where you can write what the course is about. So page theme, this is, do you want it light or dark? Do you want, what kind of pictures or pretty things do you want? You can go through here and choose, just press activate and pick how you want it to look. Again, don't worry too much about it. It's no biggie. Go back to your landing page. Now banner, click on that. And the banner is this bit here. So check your banner size guidelines, because depending on the theme you choose, your banner image is going to be different sizes. Now remember, once you've got your size, go to Canva, click custom dimensions and create the size of your banner there. Now your banner title is this, and your banner subtitle is how to be a dummy. So, this is where you simply change it. If you want it to be dummy online course, and I might just change that to how to be a dummy. How to be a dummy online course. Simple as that. You can change it anytime you like. Don't worry about it. Here's my doggies barking. Do you want to add a demo video? So this might be your promo video. You can simply add those there. You can import something from YouTube, or you can upload it, right? Simple as that. So that's nice and easy. Now click back to your landing page. Right, who is your instructor going to be? Now, you may not have one here yet, so if you haven't, don't worry. I will show you where you need to go and do that, because you can't necessarily do it from inside here. Now, you might be able to. Now, they might have updated this, but I'm not entirely certain. But anyway, if you can do it from here, brilliant. Upload a picture of yourself, your name, and any information or bio that you want to have about yourself, and simply press save. Let's go back to landing page. Your curriculum we'll do in a moment. Let's click on reviews. Do you want to enable reviews? Yes, you do. Now, the great thing about Thinkific, guys, is the reviews come to you before they're published. So you can choose whether or not the reviews actually get published. So please don't worry about, oh no, are people going to be able to write mean things about me? Don't panic, because you get to decide what goes on there. All right, back to landing page. Upsell courses, we're not going to worry about this right now because you don't have any other courses. But when you do have other courses, this is where you can kind of go, people who bought this course also bought these courses. Do you want to buy these too? So simple as that. Right, let's go back to landing page. Do you want to add any additional prices? This goes back to pricing. I'm going to ignore that for now. Just going to landing page for the minute. Ignore page code. Don't touch the codes. All right, you don't need to worry about that. I'm going to ignore drip because you don't need to drip anything yet because you don't have a course yet. So the next thing we're going to do is go to pricing. this is where you set your prices. So those of you doing a lead magnet course, you're simply going to keep your course to free. Now the cool thing is they still have to give you their email address and create an account and log in. So giving away free courses is the best way to grow your email list. And because you've now connected your email marketing software, those people become subscribers on your email list too, which is awesome. Now, if you are doing a payment, you can add a one-time price. What do you want your one-time price to be? Stick your price in. You decided what your course costs. Press save. Simple as that. So now it's got a fee attached to it, and simply press publish. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, publish. Please don't panic about this. It's not going to like automatically email your online course to the whole wide world and go out on national television and be announced on the news. There is no one sat on your Thinkific school, I'm sorry, waiting to buy your course. Wouldn't that be amazing? So please, please, please don't panic about anything that's not looking perfect on your school, or that's not ready, or it's not ready to go out yet. No one is sitting there waiting to criticize you. So just press publish. It's fine. It's really not that scary. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now go to curriculum, and this is where we're going to add all of your content. So you're going to add a chapter, and what do you want to call this chapter? So we've let's first of all, I'm just going to press cancel that, okay, for the moment, because here, you've already got one in here already. At the moment it's called new chapter. This one might just be called course introduction. Let's change that, course introduction. Done, bam, save. The next chapter, this is your module. It's called module 1. They just call modules chapters in here. That's it. So we've got to worry about add a chapter, module 2. If you've got modules, of course. If you've got a lead magnet course, you might not have any modules at all. Add lesson. And now simply, you know, what type of lesson is it going to be? Is it going to be a text lesson? What's the title of that lesson? How to be a dummy. All right. Lesson 2 is a text lesson, and I'm going to call this one, some content's required. You actually have to press ... or something. You have to put content in it for some reason. Okay, let's press text. This one's going to be called, I don't know, how to eat like a dummy. All right, I'm just going to press ... in there so it's got some content in it. Now, when I film my videos later, all I simply do is come here, I press insert a video, and voila, all of your videos will show up in here. So I can just add the video, press insert, and the video will show up right there. How cool is that? All right, so press save, and that's it. So now I can go through and just add whatever lessons I want. Now I prefer text lessons. The reason why, as I've mentioned in my document, is because you can add in all sorts of text, blah, 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 blah. You know, I can make that nice and bold, can underline it, voila. I can put in information. I can hyperlink this by pressing insert a link and sending them to my website, www.sarahcordiner.com. Now that's a link, a hyperlink. Open it in a new tab. When they click on it, you see there, it's a link now. I can insert images, so I can just grab a picture. Here we go. Let's insert that bad boy in there. There it is. I can make it bigger if I want to. So it's basically like having a big Word document, and you add your videos. Look. Ta-da. Oh, hello, and in demo mode. There we go. So it's nice and easy. That is how you basically now add all of your course content. Voila. It's nice and straightforward. So there we go. That is how you do your basic setup. So now just go through here and keep pressing. It's not. I haven't pressed save. See, it's good. You can't muck this up. It won't let you move on unless you've saved. So let's go to module 2. Add a lesson. You know, tip 2, tip 1, whatever you want to call it, and press save. So go through, add all of your module titles, add your lesson titles. As for now, you might just want them to be text lessons. You can change them later if they turn out to be downloadables or something else, and you're set up. Your online school is set up and ready to go. How exciting. Now I know that was a long lecture, very big lesson, but in less than an hour, you have just set up your whole online school. Yay.